Now what I do is I take your questionnaire and then I do like the point by point, and then I have in the top recording, big letter, highlighted in yellow.
It happens.
Oh my gosh, you do that once, right? Oh my gosh. Thank God it happened with you. It wasn't like someone I didn't know. She doesn't know what she's doing.
All good. All good.
How have you been?
Good. Definitely been playing with the energies lately around the moon and what's been going on. Yeah, it's fascinating. A year ago, I wouldn't even be paying attention to the moons. And now I'm like, oh, I can feel, and it's not that I'm like, oh, it's on, it's that I feel different. What's going on? What's lining up in my chart? What's happening astrologically that's affecting me in the now? So it's quite fascinating. Yeah.
Wow. So when you have a chart like this, yeah, like you have the capacity. I mean, when I look at those things for me, it's like there's a line here and there and a sign here and there, and I'm totally at loss. But you can
Mm.
read it.
I can read it based on what I know my chart to be, and then how does that affect me now? So you can get an update for specific days that'll give you
Ah,
more context. I've also recently dropped into something around. So if we look at astrology, it's like a clock. And to me, this is just my opinion, tropical is like the matrix, what we're existing in at the moment, because that's how we came in. That's when we came in. That's the construct that we're working within.
yeah.
Whereas sidereal or the Eastern is kind of above that. And so then I kind of bridge the two and take them both into account because I believe they're both relevant, but also that really we're light beings. We're plasma, cosmic light. And if that is true, then I recently came across a chart that gives the 32 rays of light within the astrological signs. And based on when you came in, you are lined up, lined up, lined up. These are your codes. This is what you came in to do. And
Oh,
whether or not you're physically aware of it,
yeah.
your being is working on these things
Right.
and assisting humanity in ways that I don't even, I knew some of it, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. So again, I just find it all very interesting information.
Oh, wow. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Okay. Let's we can do so many shows, love, on so many topics. Let's start with the one today, see where that brings us.
Yes, let's focus on things that, um yeah, I'm always learning and exploring. To me, that is what we're here to do, is
Ex-
to constantly learn and explore thyself, get to know who you are.
yes, and like you said, that openness is just, it's something happened. Why is that? Yeah, instead of
Right?
going
Is
into
it
it with
happening? Is it happening to me? Is one perspective, playing the
yeah,
victim.
yeah,
Why is this happening to me? Oh my God, this is happening to me again.
yeah.
Or
What's the message?
what is the lesson in this? It's happening for me. So what am I to see in this moment? What is the mirror? What is
Yeah,
being mirrored to me right now?
yeah.
Because whatever triggers you and irritates you shows you that something's imbalanced within you.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, totally, totally, totally.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the intro.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Another wonderful, amazing, delicious day here with Tanja, Tanja Paul. I mean, wonderful friend. I'm so happy to have her on my podcast. Tanja Paul is the visionary behind Adventures for Connection. She's dedicated to helping individuals awaken their true selves and live authentically. Our mission is to guide humanity through this transformative time by adapting our approach to each person's unique journey. And she's so intuitive that she just cued in. You like an open book to her. Our midlife awakening, activated after some deep soul searching, took her down many rabbit holes, resulting in a new neutral state of bliss-discipline. I love that. She'll explain a bit later what she means by that. Tanya mirrors the evolution she encourages in others. She advocates for breaking free from limitation, embracing the unknown, and exploring all of self. Our transformation stories and insights are tailored to inspire and guide others on their paths to self-discovery. With a deep belief in mystical contemplation, belief transformation, and internal change, Tanja views this process as an inner journey. She invites others to join her in exploring and fostering genuine connections within themselves and the wider world. Wow.
Thank you.
Welcome. That's just beautiful. Well, tell us discipline. I just love you, sweet soul. You just come up with those expressions, and the way you put words together is just, it puts you into a quest within. It's like, oh, so tell us, yes.
Yeah. Blisscipline is the ability to, no matter what is going on externally, that you're good here. And you can be watching somebody lose their complete shit on you, and you can just smile at them knowing it's they're going through something. You don't need to take it on. Somebody else's opinion of me is none of my business. And so, not to say that, whenever somebody's angry, it's usually you've triggered something in them in childhood. And as somebody who does this work, you will find there is a space and time, because you're holding more light, because you're vibrating higher, you're going to trigger others. And that's part of the process. And being able to hold your energy and hold your space is highly important. And to me, the blisscipline portion is also about that neutrality, no non-judgment. Yeah.
Yes, and that's what, as you say, that's what it is. If by listening to someone you kind of don't go like, your oath, even if you don't say a word, your physical language says it. So if you can just keep your cool, give them space, then you're not judging. That's brilliant. Right. Never thought of that, because I keep thinking, don't say that, it's judging. But at the same time, yes, it's your whole your words as well as your how you're being with them. And I imagine that when you have yourself a grounding, calm position or complexion or presence, your presence being that way, it also calms things down, as we know. Yeah, you're not putting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one of the fundamental human needs is to be heard, to be seen, and to be able to share their truth. And so when we connect with someone and we really listen to hear, not listen to respond.
Yes.
And we really absorb what they're saying and then reflect a little back to them and ask questions. Then somebody will feel heard, and now they're going to open up more, and you're going to find that your hearts actually connect. And it's the true beauty of being human, is just allowing every single person to be themselves and honoring the soul that they are and the experience that they're having at this time. Yeah.
You just said something that triggered something. When, as you say, when someone talk and you're purposely listening instead of formulating what you'll say next.
Yes.
It's as if then your breath is in sync with theirs.
In a way, yes. Your heart will. So your heart sends out more of a vibration, a frequency further than anything else in your body. Yes. The heart is the first organ, one of the first organs to come in and actually grow within the body.
Yes.
And so the heart is very, very important. It is not necessarily a pump, as we've been told. It's actually a vortex of energy moving it up and down. And it's the same with the veins. It's the muscles around the veins massaging it along, which relates to the fascia, as you know. So yes. That's a whole nother podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so wow. I just had the hearts connect. When your heart's connected and you can just see people, I see you where you are. Yeah, it's not easy. You're struggling. Yeah, but not going into that rescue mode. Oh, I'm here to rescue you. Because that's that triangle, right? Victim, perpetrator, and rescuer. And we're trying to pull out of that dichotomy, so to speak, trichotomy.
Right. And your choice of words, you just said, I hear you. It said, oh, poor you. Oh,
yeah.
So then you just put them down that tunnel of, okay, keep complaining, keep, life is awful.
Right. You're feeding the victim.
Yeah, exactly. And we have such, ah, we have such power in giving direction to whoever we encounter with, making
It's a
it
very,
pleasant, making it discovery, making it soothing, making it healing, making it, we all have that. And it starts with, yeah, our words and our, what we emanate from when we
yeah.
listen to the conversation.
Yeah, masculine, the masculine side of us, because we have both masculine and feminine
Yes,
within, and
yes,
then the masculine being as well is always wanting to protect and rescue and
right,
save, right? Make
right.
feel better. Whereas often a woman, the female side, is just wanting to be heard. I don't need it fixed. I just need you to hear me. I just need to say it out loud that somebody's a witness, that I can hear it differently myself. And
Yes,
quite often when you say things out loud, oh, and then you start getting answers yourself, right?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's quite fascinating to, we have a membership group and it's quite, tomorrow morning's one of our calls. And I always look forward to them because everybody's got a week they had and a story to share. And yeah,
What's the call about?
it's a membership call. So we
Oh,
meet,
right, you have that in your, I saw the
yeah.
membership.
Yeah, once a week on Zoom. We've just started it, as well as once a week live healings. That's also a Zoom with just me, and once a week with Norma and I. And then I do things like custom meditations, maybe a custom little video here, and then Norma does write-ups. And so you get a sense of common unity at that point. Yeah, and you can reach out anytime for some guidance. Yeah.
Amazing. And so for everyone here viewing this podcast, the link will be in the show notes. But also, if we want to just direct them right now to where they
Yeah.
find you, it's on your website on
Yes, under
Adventures.
membership. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and Adventures is spelled with an S. Adventures Connection for
For
Connection
connection
dot com,
dot
and
com.
for
FO, yeah,
connection.com, and it'll
yeah.
be in the show note. And it's just amazing. I mean, a great website with so much information. And Tanya, you have that gift of explaining like I'm all new at this. I mean, I
Yes,
sense it. I live in a way that I can connect with what you're saying, but I don't know all the ins and outs. And you have a way of explaining so we can follow you.
yes.
Sometimes you listen to someone and it's like, yes, I know, and I don't, and you're at loss. No, with you, we're not at loss. You really hold our hands along the way.
I'm a bridge.
Yeah, you are a
I'm a
bridge.
bridge to meet people where they're at. And so you've been to one of our retreats at Vedette Lake. And so, yeah, it's like
Absolutely.
being a container. And I don't even know what I know until somebody asks me a question. I'm like, oh, da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, I didn't know I knew that. So
Well,
that's what's so beautiful about this.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then like you just said, is when as a person you come from a place of service,
Mhm.
of a place of making a difference, the way you language the answer to a question is really to enlighten the person.
Yes, it's specific to each person. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because, well, you're listening for one thing.
Yes.
So you can really see, oh, I see that person is, really wondering about this. And then, you're not starting at step 12. Just hurry up, follow me. I'm just there. Come on, come on.
Yeah.
You're starting at the step they are at and then bring them to where they can go at the time that you talk to them, not any
Yeah.
further.
Yeah.
There's no jumping ahead here. There is, you
There's no
do.
spiritual bypassing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
remarkable, remarkable. So tell me your thoughts on the impact of our life choices. You say what we consume creates us. Tell us more.
Okay. So we are energy beings. Your cells are always moving. You were created in a womb. You were born. It's such a miracle what happens for each being to be here. And then we go through life and we have parents, family, daycare, school. And from ages 1 until 7, your subconscious is picking up all the bits and pieces of information It only knows you, and it only wants to keep you safe. Doesn't know anyone else. And so it's picking up all this information. It creates a base program. And then as you go on in life, it's still picking up all this information. So every time you take an action or you think about something different, it gives you a visceral feeling within the body as a response to it. And so I always say, you know, your brain also doesn't know the difference between a movie, your imagination, or what you're perceiving with these eyes, your reality, so to speak. And so we need to be really conscientious of that which we consume, because there's a lot of subliminal programming in things. Yes. So over the years, you know, I can't really watch much on TV anymore. I haven't watched the news for years. I occasionally will dial into the radio just for a quick update to see what's going on with the collective, right? I have these tap in points where I'm like, just, okay, that's where that collective's at, and that's where that collective's at. But I digress back to the question. So then you have your subconscious, and then you have your conscious, your thinking brain, which means you're perceiving what's going on around you now. We're on a call together, great. And so your thoughts, though, are not facts. So they come and they go. And so attaching to a thought is like locking it in and bringing it into your reality. And what you'd rather do is just those thoughts you don't want. I used to sit there and just go, oh, we don't want that one. No, we don't want that one either. And flick them away as an intention, like, no, get out. I don't want you. And often I would say out loud what I did want. So that, because these words are spelling, you are casting a spell, you're sending out a vibration of the body, your energy body sends out a frequency, and that frequency then reflects back to you, because like attracts like. We've always been told that. And then it will bring into your reality actually how you're feeling. So between your thoughts and the emotions, and then, but you also, this beautiful thing when you get to it is the superconscious, which is your higher self, so to speak. And that's being the observer of all. And I can tell you it's a much more peaceful place to operate from, in that I can observe. I'm not the one thinking, I'm not the one speaking, I'm the one observing that. So you have your consciousness, which is your energy. It's part of your soul. It's in your field. Yeah, you can feel it when your soul sings and you're just vibrating with excitement. These are the good feelings, right? And so being really conscious about what we consume in our mouth, as you know, with what you do, and what this vessel needs to be more of a light body to increase that vibration and increase that frequency, you will find things just kind of drop out of your life. Yeah, things, you know, there's many people, places, and things that a few years ago I would have said, okay, this is happening for me. What's it showing me? What's it showing me? Gone now, just gone. Yeah.
Yeah. So you are, well, yeah, back to what we were saying, you're not feeding, because now there is this detachment, it's almost like you are observing Tanya seeing something, but you know, you're not engaging if it just doesn't fit. It's like, I like this.
Like a third person thing, right? You're like, you're up in the corner watching everything that's going on. Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah, and if you go to go to YouTube and watch some near-death experiences, a lot of them are talking about being in the hospital and coming up out of their body and then watching from above, not still conscious, still believing they are who they are, right? Within the body. So it's not a complete shift into your super conscious, but it's observing what's going on, and oh, interesting, that's happened. Oh shit, that's me. Well, if I'm here and my body's there, what is going on?
It's fascinating again, because being in that third person position, you remove so much of the emotional charge.
Yes.
You know, you're looking at the situation, it's like, huh. And then you take a decision from a place of not having that emotional charge. And I heard, I think it was Joe Dispenza, is someone like him, saying that wisdom is when you take an event and you remove the emotional charge. because you can, as you say, there you go. That's what wisdom might be, is from that third person that can
Right?
look at the event without making it right or wrong. It's just
Yes.
what is, and then making a choice of engaging or not,
Yes.
taking an action or not. And yeah, I mean, we make such better decisions when we are in that place, and
Yeah.
inspire. Again, it always comes back to being in the position where there's more people involved. If you yourself are grounded and stable, you become you become that oak tree, well rooted, and
Yes.
the wind comes, but it's like, okay, yeah, you can flow, you can blow the wind through my branches, but I can see, I can hear, I can decide.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you start to realize it's more about what are you feeling when you walk into a space, or what are you feeling when you're speaking with somebody? How do you feel? And it's because your skin is your biggest organ, it's picking up things before your brain ever does. So if we tap in a little more to, oh, my body's trying to tell me something. If you're in dis-ease, it's your body, like, depending on what it is, like screaming at you sometimes, as you know from having your arthritis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always say, look, it's great because your body's talking to you. Listen.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't wait that you are at the edge of the precipice, just about to fall. It sends you signal before. Listen.
Yeah.
It's so
Many
well,
signals
it's
before.
so brilliant. I mean, it's so powerful, this whole unique, being of ours. And yeah, we are powerful, it's just amazing, amazing. Um, when did you discover your passion? What happened? At what time?
I've always had a passion for helping people. I spent a lot of years in retail. I enjoyed working with color. I enjoyed working with people. It was never stagnant. There was always something different and unique and moving things around. So I was in the snowboard industry for a long time. But eventually retail kind of burns you out because you're constantly giving and not getting to fill your own cup up.
Right.
And over the years, I ended up moving into a painting business, and the same thing, color, customer service, a little more on my terms. But as you know, we've all been quite trained to be go, if you want it, go get it. It's a very masculine driving, go, 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 go trait, to
Yes.
chase something, to want it. And I always say I bootstrapped the business, and it's been now 18 years. But I also had about 10 years ago now, I had a complete physical breakdown with my adrenal system. Yeah, adrenal fatigue. And yeah, and brain fog and mental, and it was all divine timing and always led in a specific way.
Stop.
Right. And to have a realization in working with Luciano from Leap Zone Strategies, and him saying to me, I kept saying, I'm so busy in a coaching call. And he said, oh, you're such a powerful manifester. Your brain is just giving you what you're asking for. And it was like, I went, oh, I'm doing this to myself. And then, of course, I need to retrain my brain was the next first words, like, I have control. So just knowing there's something you can do. And that put me on a path of Marissa Peers and Mind Valley. And I spent several years with Mind Valley and became a master certified trainer with Mind Valley, finding like attracts like, finding people that I was in the same vibration with. And then outgrowing that because, at some point it was, well, we need you to do the seminars this way. And we need you to act like this and be like this. And I went, oh yeah, I'm out. So because I was putting everyone in circles
Yes.
and putting us all as equals, because everybody didn't really come for the content, they came for the connection,
Yes.
which then birthed Adventures for Connection.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, which and then it's just gone on from there. So we are meant to be eternal beings of learning. We're
Yes.
in an earth school right now. This is an opportunity to use the senses and eat yummy food and beautiful things and express ourselves that we don't get to when we're in a non-human form. And so I
Yes.
truly believe it is such a gift to be here, especially at this time,
Oh, wow.
despite despite all the chaos in the world,
Is it
you
ever?
gotta have a breakdown for a breakthrough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So all the darkness needs to come to the light and be shone on, and then only then can we heal and go up higher into light, so to speak, and into more compassion and love and become more of a light being. And I, as you do, as if you're healthy, you actually eat less.
Yes.
So keep going. If you're meditating, you feel better, right? So you
Yeah.
put all these tools in your toolbox that assist you in becoming the very best version of yourself and
Yeah.
beyond what you ever thought you could be.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm so pleased that, various places I listen to, podcasts, whatever, they talk a lot about, this exciting time that we're living now, and be so grateful.
Yes.
So as you say, you feel well, you eat well, you eat less, you consume less, you become so light
Yes.
and
No.
and so aware and so present, and then yes, oh gosh, yeah, no, we're really into a special time. Oh my gosh. Your biggest inspiration in your journey, what is it?
My biggest inspiration in my journey, I would have to say that's being a mother, because your children teach you so very much about you. They're a constant reflection for you to witness. And I'm really grateful that in raising Jade, knowing that I didn't want her to be raised the way I was raised,
Yes,
I actually kind of feel I've followed my intuition
yes,
without really thinking about following my intuition, right? So let me give some examples. So even when she first started to walk and fall down, I didn't run to pick her up. Let her feel it. What does she need? Right. And I wasn't conscious the way I am now about all this stuff. And I would also give her choices. So we're going to go in 5 minutes. Would you like a little snack now? Or would you like a snack in the car? Small choices, but
yes,
they're very empowering for a child when
yeah,
given choice. Or clothing. Would you like to wear this outfit or this outfit? So that they, not too many choices, because it can become overwhelming and they'll freeze,
yeah.
but just empowering those choices. And she's now almost 19 and has thanked me several times for just allowing her to be her, even though
Oh,
she went through quite a dark night of the soul, but I just held space. I just
yeah,
loved her where she was. Yeah.
yes,
And she is now on the other side of that and blossoming really beautifully. So it's more really challenging, I believe, for those trying to go through this school system, especially those that are more artistic and creative and empathic. You can't
yes,
you can't school that out of some of these kids, and she's one of those,
yes.
right? And so she just never really fit in. So yeah, yeah. She doesn't understand kids her own age. So she's always hung out with a little bit older. And of course she's learning through osmosis by her mother. So she's coming into quite her own little special being.
Wow, wow. And you know what you're saying is something happened to me last week. I've always had this conversation that I'm, like the expression in the world here is I married up. So I come from the country, farmers, whatnot, that sort of thing, like blue collar, I guess they say the term.
Mm,
And I married up. And then, then we separated and whatnot. And then I always felt that my children now are much into how much more money I can make, like the dad's way of
yeah.
thinking and the mom way of thinking, which is holistic and, no medication, no pharma, no nothing, only organic food. And, so in my mind, I was thought of by them of less than their
Mm,
father or their family on the other side. And then my youngest son, he said, Mom, what you doing? And I tell him what I'm doing. I'm so impressed. You're always on something. You never give up. You're so persistent. And I'm listening and I'm going like, okay, that doesn't match what I thought my son. And then my oldest son, same thing, he asked a question and I say, you inspire me, Mom. And I went like, I fell over. We're on the call. He didn't see my face. If he would have, I almost fell over my chair. So yes, our children are such amazing teachers, and you if you want to know more about yourself, it's like
Right?
they're the ones. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I think at some point when one realizes money doesn't bring you happiness, doesn't bring you joy. It's a freaking piece of paper, or it's a new toy that you could get with it that's shiny for a week, maybe if you're lucky, maybe 2 weeks, but it doesn't bring you true joy, true passion.
Yeah.
And you hold that light within you. I've always honored that about you.
Yeah. And that's exactly, that's what they say, yeah. So they like to hang out with me for that reason, for sure. That's just beautiful, beautiful. So tell me more about your programs. Well, we just talked a little bit about your membership. That's exciting. Tell me more.
Okay, so I see it as this. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. As we just discussed at the beginning of the call, it's a guidance. It's a meeting where they're at. And what comes through for me when I'm speaking with someone, especially we do a one-on-one, most people that are coming into membership know us already from our lives or have connected in some way. So most people tend to do a one-on-one first. And then I get to give them a custom meditation based on the conversation that we have and what comes through when I shut down my eyeballs and allow that to come through. And I have them do that for 21 to 30 days. And then we check in, how'd it go? And it's always amazing the results that they're surprised. I'm like, but see, you took some time for you and you focused on your breath and you calmed down. So imagine now we take the next step. And it's just, those small incremental steps every day grow to be huge changes in life. And remembering that wherever you were, like I remind them, remember how you felt when we came in. These are the things you told me. And where are you at now? Oh, yeah, that was me. They don't realize how much they've shifted until you pointed out where they were. And so doing that, and then through the membership, again, it's about this common unity. It's about when one person shares where they're at or what's going on for them, it gives other people, oh, yeah, I know what she means. And so it creates this bond, this energy circle that is really empowering and allows people to feel connected. There's many of us all of us actually, that are points of light that are meant to be in specific areas in the world at this particular time to hold a lighthouse there, a little beacon. And it can be quite lonely sometimes because you can be put in the thick of some pretty tough situations. Many are nurses in hospitals, and that's not the easiest place to operate these days. The teachers, definitely. It's interesting. It's the construct, the medical, the dental, like the government, the schooling, those things are all showing failure.
Yes.
Those crumbling, right?
Yes.
And so it's reminding us that we have the power within us, whether it's your health or your currency, your money is your energy at the end of the day. And so health comes first, as you always say as well. And so it's just getting people to realize that put yourself first, fill up your own cup and work on you and become a bright light. And you will see others around you going, what are you doing? You look happier. You're lighter. You're right. And then they'll start to ask versus trying to tell them what you've learned and be like a little broadcasting radio.
Yeah.
Just embody it.
Yeah.
And so we really teach people to embody back to their true essence of who they are.
Yes. And as you said, I mean, so many people, we were not taught, right? We were not taught to believe in ourselves. We were taught the white coat knows, the teacher knows, the outside knows. You don't, let me tell you.
Right.
Gosh, I mean, there's so much within. And as you said, once you connect with that inner power, you glow. And it's like, what have you been doing?
Right?
Yeah, totally.
What's your skincare routine? Oh no, honey, it's an inside job.
Exactly. Oh, that's just amazing. So that's what people can expect, of course, when they get into your membership is reconnecting with themselves.
Yes.
Adventures for connection.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Says
then
it.
we do the retreats as well. We're actually talking about Egypt again in the spring.
Yes,
Yeah,
we have to do
that's
another
exciting.
podcast on that. Oh my gosh, because here it is, getting hearing you, being around you, because of those various experiences that you had, and places you went within as well as physically on
Yeah,
the globe. Is there's such richness in that, like a depth to your, uh well, in the membership, what people experience, because there is,
yeah.
yeah, there is a depth, there is, I mean, oh, I can wait. Yeah, we have to do a podcast on Egypt, because I've been listening to some other podcasts, and when they talk about, what's happening in Egypt, and you went to the pyramid and the sites and the different places, and they talk about that as like what used to be there that we said to be something else, but
Right.
really what it is really. Oh gosh, yeah, we'll do a podcast on that.
The
Absolutely.
truth always shines through.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
does. Give it time. Give it time. Don't give
Yeah.
up. Don't give up. And don't argue in the meantime. They want to believe the other stuff. Let them do that. And then eventually they go, huh, Tanya said that the other day. You know?
Plant seeds. Plant seeds. It's up to the individual to pull the weeds. Yeah.
Exactly. And like you
Yeah.
said earlier, show rather than tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Everyone likes that. Who likes to be said, let me tell you, you do this now.
Yeah. Just
We've been,
be.
yeah, we've been told enough so
Yeah.
far.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and I'm so grateful that I was always a black sheep and never fit in.
Yes, yes, we celebrate that, don't we? Let's just,
Right?
let's just,
Absolutely.
yeah, life is there for you big time in that sense. Yeah, you go, oh yeah, that's me. That's why. Yes, I enjoy that. You have a wonderful gift for our audience. So Tanya has offered that she'll give you a 30-minute introduction session with her. And I'm telling you, in 30 minutes, get your
All comes
notebook
through.
out and or take notes, because it's just like
I
again,
record it.
oh,
I
you
record
record
it.
it. Hey, that's beautiful. Because there'd be so much. I'm sure people keep listening to the recording and they go, oh, 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 oh. You'll get more every time they listen to.
Yeah, it's good to journal in the same aspect to reflect back on where you've come from so you can have gratitude for that. We often are so focused on where we're going, we forget to stop. Oh, 6 months ago, was that only a year ago where I was there and I was feeling this way? And now I don't feel that at all. Wow, wow. I'm so grateful, because
Yes,
that gratitude is a very powerful vibration. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. And acknowledging it, it's like you're going a step and a
Yeah.
step and a step.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if not, it's all on the kind of same line, and you go like, where was I? 2 step backs, one forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have a point there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start journaling. I haven't done that. Oh
Just
my
little
gosh.
journals. It doesn't have to be a
Yeah,
lot. Your little epiphanies, or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what's the one significant event that happened today that made me go, ah,
Yeah.
that was important.
And
Yeah.
before we finish, because Tanya also has amazing Instagram as well. What's the handle on the Instagram, Tanya?
It's either my name, Tanya Jade Powell,
That's right.
and Tanja.
Yeah, that's
Actually, if
right.
you just Google Tanya Powell, it'll
Yeah,
come up with all my handles. So, but it's under Adventures for Connection as well.
as well. There you
And
go.
everything's on the website.
Excellent. And then I remember there's one, I mean, so many, Tanya has little, like shorts. Uh, it just makes you think there for, it's not long. So go and listen, because it's really not long, but whatever she says in that minute and a few seconds, like, and so there is something that I wrote it down. I haven't started. Look at me, look at that. So there's something you want, you write it 3 times in the morning.
3 times in the morning, 6 times during the day, and 9 times at night. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's that intention and attention to doing it.
Right.
You can also speak it out loud. My affirmations, I'm now singing, which is interesting. So writing them out and singing them. So it's quite profound. It's very beautiful. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Even the birds respond differently to me if I'm outside singing. I'm like, oh, look at that. So,
Yeah.
your environment's always reflecting back to you. Yeah.
Right, Right. Well, Tanya, thank you so much. Is there, and I know the last word you'd like to say to the audience before we close the podcast?
I really want people to honor where they're at, because nobody is behind. Nobody is ahead. We are all on different stages of this path, walking each other home, so to speak, and that you're exactly where you're meant to be at this time. There's no such thing as things are wrong or things are right, because in this moment, space, and time, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Ah, thank you so much again. Thank you for your time. And we'll schedule another one. Let's talk about
Absolutely. I would
Egypt.
love that. Okay.
All
All right.
right. Thanks a lot, everyone, for listening. Make sure you subscribe. Of course, you know the game, the algorithm that helps it when you do that. And comment and visit Tanya's website. And wishing you a wonderful life. I mean, for me, of course, with food, I would say love foods that love you back. And with Tanya, I would say love yourself and you will love you back. Yourself will love you back. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.